Looks like Kyle Man will have to make an appearance.
By the power of Grayskull!
Kyle Man! Kyle Man!
I have the power!
Kyle Man!
That feels weird.
Yeah. Hello, I'm Justin.
And I'm Kyle.
And we are the Mirror Twins. And today, we have the power.
We do.
Do you feel like it? Do you
I feel like I have the power. Yes.
Okay.
I at least have tiny little people surrounded.
To have the power for you.
Yeah, they can distribute the power.
Today we're talking about the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Masters of the Universe Castle Grayskull by the power of Grayskull. That's a long title. It came out in 2022 and I was lucky enough to get it because Brett is a really good friend. San Diego Comic-Con exclusives are always hard to get. This one did become available through the Mattel Collector Club, which our friend, who's a huge He-Man fan, is a part of, and he was able to get me this for my B-Day, or our B-Day. What's your opinion of Mega Contrux?
I don't have a lot of them, but the few that I have, I really enjoy. I think they're great.
I really like them, and people who know I'm a Lego fan go, when I say that. Yes, Mega Contrux is a Lego clone in a lot of ways, but I think they have expanded far outside of that.
They're their own thing, and I don't think a lot of people would confuse them.
You don't think like a grandma would, or a mom or a parent who's not that big into Lego? I think they would.
No.
Really?
Grandma knows He-Man. You know, Grandma's gonna go up there, right?
That muscular gentleman. I remember he has the power in them furry shorts.
The furry underwear.
Our friend we were talking about, he was scarred for life when his dad said, what if those aren't underwear? What if they're really just furry down there?
The He-Man's naked.
He just wears the belt and the harness and the boots.
No, he doesn't wear boots. Those are his furry shit.
Oh, that's right. He's just hairy. Eternians have weird body hair patterns.
Continue.
In the late 70s, the patents for the Lego bricks started to expire, leaving the door wide open for other toy companies to legally make clones of the beloved building toy. This allowed things like Hasbro to come in many years later with Creo. Mega Brands, a Canadian company, came in with their own thing. Now, they were doing other toys before, but then they introduced their mini line. This was their building block toy. Now again, they're not cheap knockoffs. It is cheaper. I think it's unfair to say it's a knockoff. They become their own thing. Yes, they're using the basic Lego pattern, but it's totally legal.
A knockoff is a copy. They're not stealing Lego ideas. They're not taking a Lego set and copying it exactly. You know, that would be a knockoff. They're doing their own thing. They're just using the stackable building brick.
Lego found much success with licensing other properties, and so Mega did the same thing. It hit the ground running. But the difference is they don't have these self-constrained, we're not gonna do violence or certain things like that. Nope, they were like, no, Halo, military, we're gonna jump right all over that. So it offered things that Lego would never ever do. The other thing they do, and I don't know if you know this, but they are way more lenient with making specific bricks for sets. They have crazy different plates and bricks and things of that nature, and very, very specific pieces that only come in one set. Occasionally you'll see stuff pop up in other sets later in the Mega Contrux line, but for the most part there are a ton of specific pieces and weird, wacky things like plates with snot side studs. Ones that go upside down and the other way. Lego, why don't you make this?
Are they patented? Can
I'm
Lego
sure they
not
are.
use them until...
I'm sure they are. Now they're patented and Lego's behind and probably can't use that design now. And as I mentioned before, this was totally legal for Mega Contrux and other companies to do. That didn't stop Lego from suing the pants off of them in Canada, the US, and Europe for brand confusion. You mentioned that you didn't feel that there was much of a case for brand confusion.
Well, yeah, you mentioned that earlier, but the Creo do have a very similar body plan.
They do.
They have the flatness, the squareness, the rectangular. Of course, they are robots. This does look similar to a minifigure. And then it's got the minifigure head, the round head with a helmet.
They are way more similar, yeah. I'm sure they got sued too. It took many, many years for the legal battle to get settled, but Lego lost every single lawsuit. Mega Contrux was free. Okay, we're doing this legally. Let's get going. And then disaster struck. Due to some bad business decisions and some internal shady shady business dealings, Mega Contrux was in a real bind in 2014 and was forced to sell to Mattel. To the consumer, that was a win-win because that gave them access to new license like the one we're talking about today, the Masters of the Universe. If you were a Masters of the Universe, what would your name be?
I'd be Kyle or.
How about Music-Whore? Yeah.
That sounds
worse, much worse.
But back to the brand confusing thing, you were saying they weren't constrained by kind of nice nature of Lego. That kind of made two different niches. Lego was doing their thing and they were doing everything that Lego didn't want to.
Like the military
Right.
and like video games.
Halo
But
and
video games way before Lego.
Call of Duty.
What is your opinion of having minifications of stuff we had as kids, like Monstroid here? Or the Land Shark, which, by the way, actually works and chomps.
Yum, yum, yum.
It has all the same functionality as the ones that we actually had as kids.
The minification, I think that's great because I use these guys for Transformers. So this is like the military commander that has to talk to Optimus Prime.
I love it. Now, I am a Lego fan. I'm not going to stop purchasing Lego. I love Lego.
This is
but
true.
this is different. They don't occupy the same space in my heart. I love the idea of having these action figures that are proportioned similar to real giant action figures, but just mini-ized.
Yeah.
They take up less shelf space. I can build their own environment. If I want a little scene, I don't have to build one out of cardboard or buy expensive dioramas. I can just make it. And the figures don't have that blocky Lego look, which some people might say, well, that makes them look like they don't fit the environment. I'm fine with that. And just like Lego, they make a plethora of different variants and versions of the different characters.
Would these guys ever go to your Lego City or Lego Castle?
Absolutely. And
Oh,
they
they
would
do
probably
visit?
wreck their stuff. I'm sorry. Objectively, the minifigures are better. So much more posability. There's very little distortion with it. Whereas the Lego, you kind of have to go, that's a person.
In Lego's defense, they did come up with a very cool, appealing aesthetic.
Yes.
And they kept it, and it's consistent.
Yeah.
And it, like, you know this is a minifigure, and it fits in, and it looks great. They're cute, they're fun, they have that I'm a toy, play with me quality.
Yes, and I agree with that. And that's why, to me, Lego and Mega Contrux don't occupy the same space in my heart. They are different.
If you're a big Mega fan, I don't think there's any reason you couldn't love these as well.
Absolutely.
Because these are awesome. I don't collect Lego, I do get the minifigures for my daughters, and I think the minifigures are great.
Let's talk briefly about...
Creo?
Yes, let's go to Creo. So, Hasbro's poor failed attempt to cash in on the building block
Okay,
experience.
so I didn't realize this, or I didn't think about it until you said this, but really I think the reason why these didn't work is because they're too similar. They're too similar to Lego. They went with the same aesthetic. They tried to copy Lego, I think, too much. They
Yeah.
should have made their own thing. Because originally it was sets. You could build Optimus Prime. And then they introduced these. This is what people wanted to collect. Because they did have transforming robots, but you had to take the whole thing apart and build something else. It was
Yeah.
basically like a 2-in-1 set.
Which is weird because people clamor for Lego minifigures of Transformers. They made them, but no one bought them, so...
Because they weren't made by Lego. They were close, but they didn't fit the aesthetic exactly. Now, if Lego made this, they do have the license right now for Hasbro.
We think it might be
think.
just for that one set.
It might have been just for that one set, for the Lego Optimus Prime. But if they did make a set, a whole series of minifigures for Transformers, I'd probably get every single one. They would be real Lego. I don't know. Some people that doesn't mean anything, but to me that would mean something.
Yeah, the quality on Lego is higher.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Definitely.
a higher quality plastic, it's a higher quality processing. No one's arguing that the quality is the same. Mega Contrux and Creo were cheaper though. You get, for your money, a lot more toy than you would with Lego. Lego is just way more expensive, but it's also higher quality.
It is higher quality. You can build and rebuild easier. Like, there's stress marks show up on these way more quicker.
It's easier to break Mega Contrux, especially those early sets. They've gotten better. But man, Mega Contrux will just do things that Lego won't do. What do you call this?
The flocked.
Flocked?
Yeah.
A flocked figure, so the original Panther was flocked. Again, Lego doesn't want to make too many specific parts, it's too expensive. Mega Contrux are like, we'll do it. We'll make this just for this guy. Manny Face's head actually spins around.
And Lego will do that, they just don't do it as often.
Not nearly as often. And not nearly as flippant. It feels like, yeah, make it, yeah.
They want to be accurate to the model, whereas Lego has a specific aesthetic they
Yes.
want to keep with. So that might be part of it. And then, of course, cost.
Let us actually jump to the review of the Castle Grayskull. So when you first get this, it's packaged like this in this beautiful display case. And it has magnets on the front to keep it closed. And it opens up and it's beautiful, gorgeous. The back has the 40th anniversary, Masters of the Universe. And of course, the front has the power swords, the two different power swords in that classic color.
Because the original storyline, Skeletor had the opposite sword. Right?
Yeah, there were two swords and they had to get joined, which was not in the cartoon at all. I believe in the comic book they had it. You come out like this and all the bags are in this box here. And then when you build it up, it's this guy right here. So you just place it down in there and build it like that, and it's all part of the display. You have this really computerized little graphic on the side. I wish that was a little more realistic. And a very, very nice place for your instruction book.
Are they full color instructions like Lego?
Yep.
Nice.
It does come with two exclusive figures, which are molds we've gotten before, nothing new. Prince Adam, He-Man, in more of a cel-shaded cartoon look to it. And Mega Contrux is no stranger to gear mechanized gimmicks. This one takes it to another level. So you have Prince Adam, and he says, "By the power of Grayskull, I have the power!" and turns into He-Man. I love it. I love it. It's so simple.
The most powerful man in the universe.
Ever. And he does come with an exclusive glow-in-the-dark sword as well. There's not much to it, though I will say I believe, personally, that the face on this looks better than the actual official giant Mega Contrux Castle Grayskull.
Did this come second?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well, they probably had time to...
To me, it looks better. I don't know. Could you build the other one and integrate this? Like, replace it?
I don't know. Ask
I don't
the
know.
nerds.
You'd have to... That's us! I'm asking us!
Okay. I was asking this nerd.
You'd have to take the mechanism out. And I don't know if it's the same scale. That's the other issue. The castle might be a lot larger. I don't know. But I do think, I personally feel the face on this is better. In fact, that's what's been holding me off from getting the actual official Castle Grayskull castle, that and the price. Though it has dropped recently. It kind of goes up and down. Opinions? What do you think of this?
I think this is awesome. How much was this, if I can ask?
Because it was a gift. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. It was this much.
And this was an exclusive.
And it was exclusive that you could get later, which San Diego Comic-Con stuff is happening more and more often.
Thank goodness, because it's hard to get Transformer, or it was hard to get Transformer exclusives.
There was another Mega Contrux Masters of the Universe 2019 San Diego Comic-Con, and that did not come out later. You had to be at the con to get it, and it was a Battle Bones. The carrying case, the skeleton monster that you could attach the He-Man figures to it. It did come with a flocked boss man, and it did come with Man-at-Arms without the mustache, which was the toy-accurate Man-at-Arms.
Who would want that? He's got to have the stash, the authority stash.
Yeah, it's the dad mustache.
Yeah, the dad stash.
We mentioned this earlier, just like Lego, the He-Man action figures do like subtle variances on all of them.
Recoup that money from the molds.
Yes. Any other thoughts about this one?
I think it's really cool. The figures, they're very unique. They wouldn't fit in your collection. It would just be this diorama thing.
Because of the cell shading?
Because of the cell shading, and he's got the weird sword.
And that's okay, because none of the characters or molds are new. So I'm okay with this being like a separate shelf.
Yeah, that's totally what it's meant for.
Because it has the whole display. I think it's awesome. Like I said, I actually like it better than the castle. It
does bring me... I mean, you need to buy the castle, and we can do a true comparison.
All right, go
Let's
in.
Pressure him.
We'll split it. No. It's only $100 each. No. That brings me to a rant. Masters of the Universe Mega Contrux has had a bit of an issue recently. 2 Christmases ago, they were supposed to come out with a advent calendar. It was on Entertainment Earth only as a pre-order. It did not come out for general release. Because I tried to look it up what happened, but apparently it was completely canceled. It never came out, and it was due to lack of interest. Well, the lack of interest, I believe, was that it was on Entertainment Earth and not general release or
General
Big
retail,
Bad,
yeah.
Big Bad Toy Store. The go-to online toy store. Why not? What are you thinking, Mattel? It was the only way to get Orko, and then, just recently, Entertainment Earth also got, I believe it was Entertainment Earth, also got the Battle for Eternia 2 5-pack. I have the Battle for Eternia 1 5-pack. They had, I think, Whiplash. That was also canceled. You found it later, after the date it was supposed to come out, on this website called Deep Discounts, and they had it for pre-order for a while. But then it was canceled. Mattel, please, Mega Brands, please make it general retail or put it on websites that people actually go to. I want this so bad. I want to look on eBay to see if some got out and people are selling them for ridiculous prices.
Do you think it was a mistake, or do you think this is the brand going down?
It might be the brand going down, and it might be a mixture of, well, there's already a limited audience, and then you limited them even more by making it harder to get. Mega Contrux does do something, or they used to, that I prefer over Lego. It does have them in carded packages that you can see. No blind bags. Though I will say, if they did that with Lego, because Lego retains its value so much, I think people would just buy the ones they think were going to be popular, and then no one, like no kid, would ever get those few minifigures. So I think it has to be blind bag for Lego, because everyone knows the secret now that it's going to hold its value. I think I have all of the vehicles they made, except Wind Raider, and one of the Skeletor skulls.
So this is pretty much everything?
This is pretty much everything.
So they haven't made that much?
No,
In how
I
many
thought
years?
they made more. Well, remember, it's been like 2 or 3 series of these. Some of them were mixed in with the other Mega, like it was Alien, Predator, and Beastman.
Well, let me ask you this. What's coming out?
Okay, so there's Snake Mountain. Right now, it seems like they're only doing the big ones. I don't think Castle Grayskull is selling that well because it keeps going back up and then discounted, then back up and then discounted. That has some awesome, unique minifigures. The only way to get the regular color Sorceress is in the Castle Grayskull.
Well, this is like point number 5 of why
It's
you need to
too expensive, and like I said, it's huge.
Is it scaled compared to the original castle? Does it have all the same levels?
No, it's scaled like the cartoon.
Oh, so it's huge.
It's enormous.
Okay.
The next huge one is going to be the Eternia set.
Oh.
The 3 towers with the monorail
And the
that
lion,
goes
the
around.
tiger face or whatever it was.
Before I even finished editing this video, they did release the Eternia Battleground playset. It is up for pre-order as of the recording of this video, or as of the editing, I guess. Check it out.
Well, I say put your money where your mouth is if you want them to make one. So this I do want to point out, but She-Ra has the gold sword. This is an awesome figure in a small set, easy to get currently, but she has the wrong colored sword.
Did the toy come with a gold sword? Is that why?
That might be why.
I think that's why. And that's what's cool about a lot of these is that if you know, then you know, you know? Some of these, like, why is Beastman that color? Why is
I know?
Why is there this weird all red Beastman? It's because the original comic had him all red. So there's all these little, like, oh, that's cool. Of course, one of the coolest ones is this slime He-Man.
What is he from?
He is from, if you give me the green Skeletor head, remember the slime pit? These are awesome. You put him in there and he gets captured and slimed on. So it's like the zombie slime when he becomes, like, because the slime turned them evil. So you want a She-Ra.
I think it would be neat. I want all the heroes, and I put them with my Transformers. So, like, Skeletor can help Megatron with his evil plans.
Yeah. I should point out the Scare Glow does glow. Another little Easter egg, the Stratoses. There was actually I don't know if it was a mistake, but back in the 80s when this figure came out, they did swap the wings and the backpack, the colors. And they did that for the Mega Contrux. I really want those figures from those huge sets, but I don't want the sets that much.
We didn't really talk about that, but the quality of them is pretty good. They are very poseable, but they also hold their position. Like, they're not floppy.
The tension, yeah.
They're really cool. They're awesome. The quality's great.
They do not stay together like Lego. They're not machined to the 1/10 of a micron or whatever it is for Lego.
And they don't replace Lego.
And they never will.
They complement it. They can
Yeah.
live together in harmony.
Yeah.
In the same world. Perhaps they're a metaphor for us all.
That's deep, man. Things I wish they would come out with is obviously, I need to have an Orko. I would love any new characters, Buzz Off, Whiplash, a She-Ra with a silver sword.
I'm Spirit.
A spirit. They need to make a spirit.
The horse
Yeah.
voice unicorn.
Ride me, She-Ra.
You have quite a family.
You wouldn't expect that voice out of a unicorn.
No, I don't care about the vehicles that much, but they are cool.
You know what I would really like?
What?
Thundercats.
Thundercats would have been amazing. The
Thunder
Sky
Tank.
Cutter and yeah.
But I mean, you could do the Mumra. That would be really cool figures.
Yeah.
I would love Thundercats. That would be something, at least the figures I would collect.
Thank you so much. We've been the Mirror Twins. Don't forget to comment, share, like, and subscribe if you like this content. And even if you don't, subscribe anyway. Do you like Mega Contrux? Do you collect Mega Contrux?
Do you have the power?
They do. If they're watching this, they have the power to subscribe. No pressure.
Now get out of here, you crazy kids.